Ladies, be careful. Here is another dark psychological technique that men use on women to make them feel insecure to level the playing field. During a conversation, when you say something personal about yourself, he's gonna go, oh, okay. And when you ask what it is, he's going to ignore you and change the topic. What he is actually trying to do is make you feel right here so he can seem right here so you can chase after him. When you catch him doing this, do not fall for it and keep your confidence.
Here's a dark psychology tip that women use on other women all the time. And this is going to piss some of you off. So women use this on other women all the time, especially in the dating world. It's called feminist manipulation. And basically what it is when women are competitive with each other, or they're in the same dating pool, or they're doing things along those lines, the manipulator will tell the victim, if they're on dates or if they're jealous of them or if they're in certain friend groups, what they'll do is they'll tell them, remember, be strong. Be a strong, independent woman. Don't take any shit. Be that strong woman. What this does is this gives this heightened sense of importance to people, right? They get hyped up. They get really hyped. So what happens is when they start going into the dating world, it makes it more difficult, whether that's an inflated sense of self or if it's a deflated sense of the person that you're trying to date or you're trying to talk to, right? It causes a mental indifference, right? And it just causes friction for that person. And in turn, the manipulator, the friend who's trying to do this, they kind of swoop in behind, come in behind your back, and they play this soft and innocent person. Happens all the time, whether it's knowingly or not knowingly. It may have been done to you, but just be careful when people start getting in your ear about things. And as always, if you want more tips like this, go ahead and like and follow for more.
Dark seduction techniques to get any person to chase you. I'm not saying that you should use these, but you should be aware of them to protect yourself. The first one is incredibly powerful, but becomes obvious if it's done too much. If you're with someone one-on-one and you start mirroring their body language, they'll like you more. What this means is you can copy the way that their body is positioned. You can also copy their pace of speaking. You can copy their tone of speaking and anything like that, and even use vocabulary that they use. This will subconsciously have them feel like you are more similar to them and they will like you more. The second is to create associations. What this means is you are gonna say things like, hey, I was at the park earlier and this thing reminded me of something you do. What that will do is anytime that person goes to or thinks about that park in the future, they're also going to think about you and the comment that you made. If you can create enough associations for that person between things in the world and you, they will think about you a lot more and like you more. The third is a mistake I see people make all the time. Don't overshare too early in a dynamic. What ends up happening is the person won't want to see you more because they already know too much about you. Pace yourself and remain a little bit mysterious, and this will have the relationship develop in a more healthy way.
Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, The Siren. What I'm about to tell you works, so please use it for good, do not use it for bad. But I can't control how you use it, so let's go. I'm about to tell you right now, also, I want you to understand how to be a siren. If you already are a siren when I describe the siren, then just listen to how to enhance your siren nature. Basically, the siren is the woman that draws the man's attention from across the room. This woman does not have an issue with getting men at all. Men flock to her. This woman is almost a male magnet in a way. This woman is also very cunning because she's really not that interested in men. She's more interested in her priorities. And if a man comes along, the only thing he can do is advance her priorities for her. So, ladies, how do you become a siren if you would like to become a siren? Actually isn't very complicated to pull off. You just have to be able to flaunt your sexual nature. An aura of independence to yourself. You don't need anybody. You don't need a man. You only need you. Also, put in a hint of kindness and cruelty that balances itself out, right? Like, for example, you're respectful to everybody that talks to you, but at the same time, you'll tell somebody to F off in a heartbeat. Be willing to tell a male that this is not 100% for me, if you really don't believe it's for you, or just be willing to do it at random, just to show him you can get other people. Find the colors that match your body well. Wear whatever catches attention from anybody and care less what anybody thinks about what you're wearing. Remember, the siren is also hated by other women, so be wary that when you become a siren and you start taking on the siren role, other women are going to show some hatred towards you. Because women are jealous of the attention that you're receiving from men. Keep that in mind. To the gym, work out, eat right, do the things that enhance your body. This isn't always a necessity, but this is something that you should do because it would 100% help. Start reading books. Get down deep into the art of seduction. Get into many things that males do and females do to understand the libido of other people. Understand psychology. These are things that you should do to become a siren. Sirens naturally catch on to other people's psychology. They catch the room. They catch the vibes in the room. If you don't have that ability in you, then enhance it. Learn from other people. Learn from psychology. Learn from psychologists. Read philosophy if you can. These things all help you within your power. Within your rise to becoming a siren. Sorry about that. I'll make a part 2 to this. Y'all let me know if you want it. Stay woke.
This is the first truth you got to understand, is they don't look to the future to make their decisions. They look to their emotions, okay? They look to their emotions, and their emotions cause them to make decisions in the now. All women can oftentimes focus on is what you put right in front of them. So she's guided with her intuition day to day based off what she feels right now in the present moment. And what she feels in the present moment dictates her entire image and perception of you. You could have a year of history with a woman, 2 years of history with a woman, 10 years of history with a woman. If that day you put the wrong things in front of her, her emotions can change and she'll be willing to exit.
These are 6 dark manipulation techniques that someone can use to make you obsessed with them. 1. Creating a sense of scarcity. They do this by making you feel like there is no time to act or that this is your last chance. You have to make a decision until tomorrow, otherwise we'll never talk again. 2. Using social proof. This is creating a sense of validation by making you feel that other people approve of the relationship. Well, I've met all of your friends and your family and they all love me. 3. Playing on your insecurities. This is preying on your vulnerabilities, making you feel like you need their validation. You are so crazy and emotional, gosh, no one else could ever stand you. 4. Triangulation. Involving a third party to create a sense of competition for the manipulator's attention. No, that's just an inside joke I have with him. He's been making me feel really good about myself. I wish you were a bit like that. 5. Love bombing. Showering you with excessive love and attention to create a sense of dependency and making you feel like you can't live without them. I know we met 1 week ago, but you're literally the best thing that has ever happened to me and I'm so obsessed with you. I see my future with you. And 6. Creating a sense of mystery. Being vague and withholding information makes you more curious and invested in the relationship because it's more intriguing. Why are you so curious about my past? There are certain things I can't tell you.
Dark love psychology. How men manipulate women to fall in love with them. In today's video, kicking out the pedestal. A classic manipulation tactic used to lower one's self-esteem. Because in order for the victim to be vulnerable, they cannot have high self-confidence. So they bring it down subtly by doing things, for example, like laughing at their own jokes, but not yours. Or they completely ignore your questions and expect you to answer theirs. Or slight pushes in your personal boundaries to bend before they break. For more signs that someone is trying to manipulate you, click the heart, click the plus, and I'll see you in the next one.
2 manipulation techniques that you can use in a relationship to make someone obsessed with you. These are extremely toxic, so I'm not saying that you should use them, but you should be aware of them to protect yourself. The first is called negging and is typically used during the dating phase. This is when someone will insult the person that they're dating slightly in order to lower their self-esteem. An example of this might be, "Oh, you're so smart for someone who never went to college." The second one is called projecting. And this is when someone will project what they're actually doing onto someone else. So for instance, they might say, "Oh, you're always flirting with those guys," or "Oh, you always hang out with so many other people and not us," in a way accusing you of cheating. But in reality, they might be the ones themselves that are doing the cheating.